The main purpose of research is to influence policies. For an example, when we were in clinic about 3 weeks ago, a doctor was giving an analogy where the number of patients that came down with pneumonia rose from 10 persons per month to 50 persons per month. So that showed that there was a trigger which was influencing the fact that people were having pneumonia and there was an increased risk. So that even prompted the community medicine department of UCTH and in collaboration with the Ministry of Health across River State to want to make measures to bring down the number of people coming down with pneumonia. So I think one of the main purposes of research is to influence policies, which is a very important
I agree with you. And there's a relatively new field on this that you're just talking about. It's called implementation research or implementation science. So what happens oftentimes is that people do research, epidemiological research. The most they do is to publish it, and that's where it ends. But implementation research takes it a bit further.
Exactly.
How can we get the findings of this research to the gatekeepers, to the policymakers, so that they can use the findings to improve the lot of
Very
people
important.
who have been researched? I was in a conference this week, the Epidemiological Society of Nigeria conference. It was held in Jos, and the theme was on this. The main theme was on how to leverage implementation science by getting the findings from epidemiological research to inform policymakers. So it's a relatively new field, but I think it needs to start to happen, that our leaders need a bottom-top approach in decision making. That means that the evidence must come from the bottom to the top for them to say, okay, this is why we're doing this, why we're doing this. Research has shown that this is this and this is this. And so we're going to do this because this research has shown that this works, this does not work.
Exactly.
We need to do more of that.
So the next question is saying the medical undergraduate training program is tedious and may not give room for research except in final year, and by that time the process is overwhelming, less interesting, and done without enthusiasm. So what do you think is the way forward?
This question is timely, and I'll tell you this. When I was the head of the department, we, for the first time in the history of undergraduate training, medical training in the University of Calabar, we have started the process of research proposal writing from year 4.
Oh, yes.
So from year 4, you write your research proposal and you follow it through until the final year.
That's awesome.
So that through that process, through the period of 2 to 3 years, you are well grounded in research, even as an undergraduate.
So the next question is saying are there opportunities for mentorship, and to what undergraduate research may entail? I don't really know what the
Yes,
type
I guess.
but I think it's asking about opportunities for mentorship, and how,
Certainly,
yeah.
certainly. So this is it. Now, the role of a supervisor is different from the role of a mentor. Now, the mentor goes the extra mile. For instance, I mean, way beyond what your supervisor can offer you. A mentor could be interested in your personal needs and challenges.
Okay, yeah.
So, when you are given a topic as a medical student in the Department of Community Medicine, and you have a supervisor who can also play the mentor figure, then you have to leverage that for the training. What that means, for instance, is that your mentor or your supervisor makes you to have interest in the topic that's assigned to you. First of all, it has to be a topic that you like. You're interested in. An area of interest to you.
So you'll not be forced into it.
Exactly. So it's not like it's forced down your throat and you must do it because it's been assigned to you. So it's both ways. Oftentimes the department selects topics for students, and sometimes the students also are free to select their own topics, fields of discipline of interest to them, so they can research on. So a mentor is supposed to make the research appealing to you. So you love to do the fieldwork, you love to do analysis. My group did analysis themselves.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
they did
awesome.
very well. They were taught how to do analysis.
Wow.
So they collected the data, they analyzed it, but at some point I also gave them a clue how to go further to do certain kinds of analysis. And maybe that's why they came out top in class. So in that sense, I was a mentor figure.
Yeah.
Way beyond being a supervisor.
Supervisor.
So students should understudy their supervisor to know where they can come in as mentors, because it's important. You have to do your research, you have to own it, you have to love it, you have to eat it, you have to sleep it, you have to like it for you to enjoy it.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's so far we can take for now. I'm really pleased we had this discourse. So it's a discourse which is timely in the dispensation we are facing right now. The role of multidisciplinary research in nation building, opportunities in research, and acquiring grants and funding from agencies, both local and global agencies. And it's a very timely discourse. And our guest in the CUMSA studio has been able to succinctly exhaust the topic which is being discussed, and I'm pleased that viewers will be very happy to have listened to you.